Hello everybody, this is BlazeTaekwondo here, and this is a simple stretch that I decided to do after warming up. So as you can see, I'm just reaching down, grabbing my feet and pulling myself down. I'm trying to use my triceps and biceps as best I can to pull myself down as I grab my heels now, and I try to pull myself lower. Now you do see that my back is rounded, which is not a good position you should be in. Your back should be straight. There I go. I try to fix my posture. I feel that I curve my back, so I have to always remind myself to keep my back straight as best I can. My back is flexible. And there as you saw, I intertwined my fingers, and then I went over behind my toes. So there's a good stretch there in the lower back and then the hamstring. Now I move up, I cross over, and you're gonna grab your knee, hug your knee into your chest, show your knee some love. We need love in this world. There's too much hate in this world that we need to show. We need more love. And now we're gonna turn over. As you can see, I rotate to one side, and I'm working my lower back, as you can tell and as you can figure. And then I rotate the other side. It's good to do one side, other side. You need to rotate right and left. Just hitting all your target area, the lower back, the sides of your body. Now we're gonna grab the other knee and pull it in tight. Again, show your knee some love. Hug it as tight as you can. You'll feel it in the glute and in the hips. And then I do another stretch here that I forgot to do on the other side. So I have to catch up on my other side. So this stretch is just your knees bent, crossed over your leg, and then you reach for your toes. And then you're gonna, of course, rotate one side, really pushing your elbow against your knee, the back of your knee, and then rotate other side, really getting a good stretch as best you can. I use my hand to push against my knee, and I'm pushing away from myself, so I'm trying to twist as best I can. And then I go back to the other side, and I'm put my knee over, as you can see, and then reach. I always feel that I feel pain in my knees with this stretch, particularly this side, my right side, so gotta be careful with that. Now, as you can see, I extend my leg, grabbing my foot, and I extend my leg as high as I can, keeping that balance. And then I set my foot down and do the other side. Grab your foot with both hands and lift up as high as you possibly can. The goal is hopefully to get your knee to your shoulder or to your chest without curving your back, cheating. There you go, and set your foot down. Now I rotate, and I'm going to be doing a plank. My initial goal was just a stretch, but I thought, why not add some plank to this exercise here? So as you can see, lift your knee up, keep your knee in the middle, hold as best you can. I do it for 10 seconds each one. Now my leg is straight out, not touching the ground, it's just completely straight. And then you lift up as high as you can, almost like a yoga pose. And lift as high as you can, and then you drop back down, bend your knee to your elbow. As you can see here, my knee is to my elbow as best I can, holding for 10 seconds each. Then I extend my leg straight as I can. Pardon my foot in your face. And then we're gonna switch over, so I show you the other side. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. It's just important. You can't neglect one side. You can't have any favoritism. Even though I do like my right leg, my right side's better than my left. So do the same thing. Just knee into your chest, hold 10 seconds, leg straight out, don't let it touch the ground, hold for 10 seconds, lift your leg up as you can see there, hold for 10 seconds. It really works your glutes. I definitely feel it in my glute muscle. And then you bring your knee to your elbow, as you can see, holding. Now you can hold longer, it doesn't have to be 10 seconds. You can do a minute, 30 seconds, or 30 seconds. It's up to you. And then extend your leg out, pardon my foot in your face. And then I'm gonna bring it back in, and there you go, and set it down. Like I said, you can hold these positions for however long you want. It's completely up to you, however strong you want to go, or you can do 10 seconds and do 5 sets of 10. It's up to you. I mean, whatever you want. Now hold a regular plank position for at least 30 seconds as best I can. Yeah, it's always good to do plank. I feel it works a whole bunch. I mean, it's working my upper body, my not just my core, my abs, but also my biceps and my shoulders. I put a lot of weight on that, on my upper body, to hold myself up, trying to keep my hips in alignment and straight. I do shake a lot because I am fatigued and I'm not really strong in my upper body. That's the one thing I need to really work on, is my upper body strength. My lower body's pretty good thanks to my Taekwondo and my martial art training. Now I'm done here. I hope that was 30 seconds as best I can, or best I could. I was counting in my head. It could have been 27 seconds. Alright, here we go. So now we're transitioning to the next thing. I'm going to take a seat and I'm going to stretch. I'm using my shoulders, my elbow to push out against the inside of my knee. I'm grabbing my foot here, set my foot down flat as I'm trying to reach as best I can with both hands. I'm trying to reach for that foot that's right over there. I'm going to rotate to the other side, same thing. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. It's just natural. It's just what you're supposed to do. You can't neglect any sides. And there we go. So I'm reaching for that foot. I'm really trying to elongate my body here. As you can see, I have long arms, really scrawny arms, and need to work on that. Like I said before, my biceps need a lot of work, triceps, and my shoulders. So I'll rotate one side, other side. This is a fun exercise to do. 1, 2, go back and forth, back and forth. Stay level as best you can. Stay low to the ground. Don't pop up. Stay as low as you can to the ground as possible. It's really fun to do. You can do this in a Taekwondo class if you're teaching Taekwondo and you teach to the little kids. They would love that. It's a fun little activity. As you can see, I'm working my hips, opening my hips up. I'm leaning back as best I can here. My hands are on my lower back, and I'm leaning backwards, doing like a back bend almost, while pushing my hips down. And now here I'm working the hamstrings, grabbing my feet, grabbing the back of my calf, even grabbing the back of my knee, pushing myself as close as I can, my chest or stomach to my knee, working that hamstring. And there we go. I lift myself up, hands on my lower back. I push my hips down, and I'm leaning back, so like doing a back bend, leaning backwards, but also pushing my hips down to the ground, so I'm working my hips and my lower back. And then of course I lean forward, and I'm working my hamstring now, really grabbing my foot, pulling down, or my calf and pulling myself down, or the back of my knee and pulling myself down, or even crisscrossing my hands, as you can see, crisscrossing my arms, hugging my knee into my chest or my stomach as best I can. And here we go. And I'm going to sit down. I'm going to adjust myself. I have very little space, but it's okay. I go into the splits here, and I'm making sure that I can sit down. There I go. I take a seat. I go to one side, and I'm reaching, try to get my head down to my knee or my side of my body, and I grab my foot with both hands, and I'm pulling. I use my fingertips, and I put my fingertips to where my toes are. As you can see, I grab my big toe and I pull. Use my bicep to pull. See, my bicep is activated. I'm trying to pull myself down. I hook my fingertips to my toes and I pull down as best I can. and then go to the other side. So grab, and I'm pulling, and just really nice and gentle here. This side is my bad side. And get my other hand and go over, and then I cross, and I try to grab my fingers to my toes, and I try to pull as best I can. See, my bicep is activated, engaged. I use my hand that's on the mat to push away from me. So the hand on the ground on the mat is pushing away from me while I'm pulling with the other hand. So it's a push-pull motion. And I get my stomach to the ground. I'm reaching as far as I can, and I get my fingertips out, spread my fingertips as far out as I can, and I have my stomach to the ground now, and I just hold this position as best I can. And on and off, you will notice that if you look at my feet, they're against the wall, so I start pushing my feet against the wall, and this really helps. I really do feel the stretch as I push against the wall. And now I'm just playing around, just kind of relaxing. And there we go, and I fold my arms, and I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna take a rest here, holding this position. I'm gonna go to sleep in this position. And just relaxing, happy thoughts. There you go. Now we're gonna come up, and I point to my toe, so I'm letting you know, point to my feet, letting you know that I'm pushing against the wall. And here I am, I lift myself up, and I lift my feet off the ground. Yep, there we go. I'm trying to balance, holding myself up, and then I sit down. That's a really good thing to do, really good and drill you can practice, lifting yourself up in the split position. It really works your quadriceps, and just helps you get your strength up with your upper body. As you can see, my biceps are flexed. I'm trying my best to pull myself, and there we go. I'm gonna do some funny little thing right here. As you can see, I'm gonna do something with my arms. 1, 2, and 3, whatever that was. And I'm gonna bow, show my respect. Thank you guys so much for watching. You mean the world to me. I make these videos just for you. Give thanks to God, because I am a Christian. And yeah, thanks so much for the support. See you guys in the next video. Do some punches here. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.